Welcome back to Super-Duperville, episode 31. Oh my glob, what the F, barbecue Dairy Queen ROFLCOPTER. I am Mike of Dragon Rider Gaming, and I thank you very much for joining me. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a ton of goals, and it's not going to be expansion goals. It's really just a lot of fixes that need to go into place, and some add-ons and stuff that we're going to be doing. So 8 of them, so let's get through them. Number 1. University Super-Duperville add-ons. So I had some off-screen stuff that I did from after last episode, as well as a couple small add-ons we're going to do there. Number 2, Roundabout Fixes. We need to fix the roundabouts around Stewtopia in the southeast, east, northeast, and north sections. Number 3, Chippendale's changes in add-ons. We need to change some roads as a result of fixing some of the roundabouts. And we're going to add a metro system through all of Chippendale's because I wasn't going to put in a public transport system, but it needs it, and I think it's going to benefit us. Number 4, Stewtopia pedestrian crossing fixes. We got to add in some missing areas, remove some pillars, that kind of stuff. Tied into that is number 5, Stewtopia bus terminal changes. So we're going to move our inner city bus terminal and actually put down some pedestrian paths so the pedestrians can get to it. I'll explain that. Number 6, Stewtopia industry fixes. The industries in the areas are getting a little bit congested. That's the word I'm looking for, congested. So we're going to put in some one-way roads, dedicated turn lanes, such like that, make it a little bit easier. Just the industries, not the residential. Number 7, water park add-ons. We are going to add some storage tanks, a pumping service, and some other stuff in that area. And number 8 is everywhere road fixes. As a result of changing all this stuff and fixing all this stuff, we're going to have to make sure that we got our lane mathematics down, that we have, maybe put in new off-ramps, fix traffic. That's going to be a huge one. I'm sure traffic is going to get messed up. Maybe put in some new policies and stuff like that. So let's get into it here. We're overlooking University Super-Duperville. Let's start right there in that area, and we'll start cranking this out. Pop back in here. So what I put in, if you look here in the upper section, is we put in a northern path. I'm going to get the game going and get it on medium speed because I'm going to leave the camera at 50% so I can smoothly move around. So we put in this little side gate. I call it Positiveville Side Gate 2. And I renamed this one to Side Gate 1, our little cheese traps here that we have in place. And we also put down a track and field stadium, so another varsity sport. The things I want to change here, in addition to that, is if you look here, the people coming down here, well, there's nobody coming out right now. But essentially, they need to walk all the way down here to the end to cross and then come back down this side if they want to get to things on this side. So we're going to put in a little crosswalk here. And I discovered recently that the easiest way to do this, if we go into our roads, we have the node controller add-on, or mod if you wish. And if you just click this, when you hover over a node, it highlights the node in yellow, or an actual node circle in red. But if you don't have a node and you're just highlighting over a section here, you see it puts a little bar across there. That essentially wants to put in a crosswalk, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So we click on that section and it adds a crosswalk. You have the ability to set that you can enter that cars can enter the junction and block the junction. You can set it so there's no U-turns, and it adds a traffic light by default. So we're going to turn that off because we don't need a traffic light here. So those are your options for that. You can set the embankment and slope and stretch and mess around with the node itself. But that's all we're going to do there. And as you see, people are already starting to use that. That's perfect. So we want to add one there. We're going to come back up here and add in a parking lot, I think, across there. But I want to go over and fix this one as well and add a crosswalk to this area as well. So again, click on Node Controller. This one actually identifies it as a node. So we click on that, and it doesn't put it down automatically. We have to go up here to the drop down and select Crossing. Boom, it puts a crossing in. It did not put in the stoplight on this one, so that's perfect. Just like that. 2 crosswalks in place, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So I want to put in a parking lot across from here, and we're probably going to have to do some adjustments to the terrain height and such afterwards. But I'm just going to go in and I'm going to just pick my parking lots here. Let me see here. How many? I want to actually use a road and see how deep this is. 6, 7. So we should be able to get a 7 unit deep, maybe an 8 unit deep. Let's see if we can get 8. So sweet, just like that. But now we want to put in a crosswalk here as well. So we'll go back into our node controller. Nope, that's not what I want. Node controller. And we'll just drop in a crosswalk right here across from the stadium. Excellent. So now people can get across there from the parking lot. Right, so that works. Excellent. So that is it for goal number 1. I like it. Next up is roundabout fixes. So I'm going to go down here and show you what's wrong with this roundabout. And I discovered this when I was off camera after the last episode, and I was noticing nobody's turning in here. So what the heck was going on with that? So I used our in-game tool, F1 Mike, and our traffic routes, and I clicked on this node here to say, hey, what's going on? Oh my god, nobody is turning in there. And I'm like, well, they got to be turning in there coming off the ramp. No, this guy's actually just coming off the ramp and going back on, which makes no sense. But, yeah, nobody was coming off there. Nobody's coming on off this ramp and doing that. That's just crazy. So I'm like, why is that the case? I went into Traffic Manager. Whoop, not that one. When Traffic Manager, and I looked at this. Oh, yeah, when we set this up, we used the Control-Shift-Click to set this up for a high-priority roundabout. And on each one of these edge nodes, it puts in the do no lane change. So we set that up beforehand, and then we added the road, so it kept that. So you can't turn right here. Even if I try and go in here with the lane arrows and say, yeah, I want to turn right here, I can't select that. It won't let me select it because it already has a restriction in place as a result of this. So if I just turn that off now and I go back in and reset up this node, now everything is set up correctly. Now people can turn right into here. Okay, so that node, this one was fine. It's busy as hell. It's going to get even busier because if we go up to this one, Chippendales, remember way back when I put in this cargo hub and I was so confused as to why no trucks were coming down this line? All these trucks that are coming down here right now are from within this area. And why is that? Because this is the same damn thing. You can't turn right here. Is that insane or what? So I'm going to pause it real quick because I want to go in here and fix this. And I don't want people to freak out real quick on me here. But Control-Shift-Click, we're going to set it up like that. We'll get the game going again here. And now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say both these lanes turn right. Okay, and it's going to screw up a few people and that are going to be forced in there. But by making both those lanes turn right, that leaves one going on if they want to come into the city on this side. I also want to change this so that it's not just one lane because that's going to block these guys because there's going to be a huge influx of traffic coming in here now that everybody's like, holy crap, we can actually turn into that area. I bet you there's going to be a ton of traffic coming this way. So I want to try and get this node set up quickly. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing here. You can turn right and then you can turn right or go straight. So all 3 lanes can turn right and one goes onward. Okay, and then you have one turning right here, that's perfect. One turning right here, that's perfect. And I think that will help a little bit with the flow of traffic coming in and out of here. However, this little 2-lane exit here is no bueno. So I'm going to pause again because I got to stop hitting the wrong button. I'm going to take these buildings. Nope, turn off movement mod. I'm just going to move them off to the side here real quick. It's going to tick some people off doing this, but we will come back and fix that. I'm going to delete these roads and just clean them up a little bit. And the first cleanup is to change this to a small 4-lane road. I'm actually going to put it on keep it on the ground thing. It'll destroy a couple houses, but that's fine. Okay, we'll move these back into the area. I'm actually going to put this up here so it affects less of the residents, if possible, right? Move the medical center back over here. We'll keep that next to these guys. We'll move the police station up. Move the fire station up. And I think I'll put the crematorium on this side. Because what I want to do, I want to move that road down a little bit. So we got that in place. The other thing we're going to do here, go back to our 2-lane road. We're just going to go straight off the side. I can change this back to normal. We're going to go straight off the side here. That sounds like a good distance there. We'll go straight road, then we'll do a curved road. Come out, go over, put it real close to that building. I think I like that there. And then just match it up over here. The last step is I'm actually going to go to small roads, and we're going to pick an asymmetrical road and upgrade this end here so that as they come in a couple lengths, they have a choice. Flip that around. They have a choice of whether they want to go left or right. Lastly, I'm going to leave it like this for right now, that it's both straight on and left and straight on and right, just to help with the flow of traffic a little bit. If this, actually, you know what? No. On this side, we're actually going to restrict that and have a dedicated lane. But this side I'm going to leave like that because there's not going to be many people coming out of here and turning right. So I really want the straight on to be, allow as many vehicles as possible so they can come up here and do their thing, right? The same thing here, in fact. There's not going to be that many people turning right, so I'm going to allow people to go straight on in this lane. So that'll encourage people to use this first lane here and come up, and they can turn right and still go straight around to get into the city here or to come out this exit. So that's going to help. Let's get that rolling again. Confuse some people for a little bit. And the last thing I think is down here, I don't want people doing what this guy just did. See how he's coming up here, he's turning right and he's going into that left-hand lane? That, with just what they're doing here, it's going to be far too confusing. So this lane can go, pause it real quick, there or there. And this guy can go here or here. And that way it just forces them into a lane on each of their sides, and it allows them to go a little bit quicker. I think that's going to be really important to do. Lastly is this intersection. Same thing. I'm going to fix that. Be right back. Just Control Shift click, boom, done like that. I don't think I'm going to change anything else here. Actually, I could do that same thing here, and I'm just going to say you can go straight or there. You can go here or here. Oops, I made him turn around. No big deal. So that will just help with the flow a little bit there. I don't think we need to put restrictions here yet. I'll see. I'll have to judge it by the traffic as traffic changes. The last thing, like I said, is I'm going to put in a metro system up here. I'm going to tie it into this metro station here. Have it come around. We'll have a stop, a stop, a stop, and a stop, and we'll probably link it up over here, I think. Okay, so finally got the metro system in place. That took a little bit. I screwed up and I put one of those four-way ones here, or actually here, instead of down here, so that cost a bunch extra money, so we're down on our funds here, but we'll gain some of that back. Next up is going to be Chippendale's changes and add-on. Oh, we just did that. Stewtopia pedestrian crossing. So if we go to the south part of the map here, this is a good example here. If we look at the pedestrian crossing on the outskirts here, when we put in the rail lines here, it cut off a lot of these pedestrian crossings. So we need to repair these because these are going to have crucial ability, at least one of them. I don't know about the rest of these, but they might be able to assist people getting around. I don't know. But those three need to be repaired. I looked at the rest of them, and I think the rest of them are okay. So I'm going to go over here. I didn't need to go to this one, but I'm going to start here, copy this one, and move it over to the other one. So I'll be right back. Alright, so those are in place, and we're going to cruise back over to this side here. And right here is where our bus terminal is currently, but it's really not effective, and it's screwing up the way that the trucks are traveling in here as to where it's positioned. Also, when buses come in, they got to come in this end, and then they got to come out this end. That disrupts traffic, and it adds buses to the congestion that's on this end. I don't know why I can't do that. So I'm just going to move. I'm having trouble saying the word congestion for some reason. So I'm just going to move it over here. Just put in a small little loop for the buses to come in and out, and I'll be right back. I'm going to move this over. Alright, so we got our bus terminal moved, and the buses will start coming in here, but the pedestrians can't get here. And this is why. If you remember when we put in the road next to the football stadium up in University of Super-Duperville, we realized that the pedestrians couldn't walk down a national road, a 2-lane national road that I put in place. So essentially, pedestrians can't walk down any of these roads. And I totally forgot about that and forgot to implement something to allow them to do so. So I need to make a link all the way from this end to here and all the way from this end to there to allow pedestrians to come in. Excellent. So we just basically put in paths underneath the rail lines here, and I think it looks really good. You know, it just is a nice little walk underneath the rail system here, and it allows pedestrians to get from these terminal points here. I really wanted to try and link them to these terminal points, and they'll be able to walk up and around, walk right into our cheese trap, right on down to the bus terminal, and they'll be able to cross on the inside here, be able to cross the road, and they'll be able to walk down here to the bus station. So we'll see how that works. So there we go, bus terminal change in place and complete. This should now not cause any more issues with the trucks doing, yeah, they're not doing the wonky turns and stuff like that. But since I'm here, one of the everything, number 8 things that I wanted to do is put in a policy and speed this up. Because look at the backup it's causing by causing the trucks to slow down here at every toll booth. We have a policy. If we go to our policies here and go to city planning, we can do a policy that allows them to move through automated tolls, which increases the vehicle flow through toll booths, but we lose 30% of our income. Not a problem. We're making a lot of income with other things. So by doing that, instantaneously they speed up. Now, normally they would slow down still when they come to this, when they come to a toll booth. So a trick that I've learned, if we look at Traffic Manager, hold on, let me get a sip of drink here. We got grape today. Very good. So if we go to our speed limits, a little trick that I've learned is increase the speed within the toll booth area 5 to 10 miles an hour faster than what is on the road that's connecting it. So essentially it's 20 on these roads, 25 here. That will keep them with a consistent speed going through. Now, of course, we're going to have a backup here because this only moves at a certain speed itself. So that will allow things to come in and out. The other thing, you know, I wanted to point out here as well is the buses that come in here will now come in the right way. Because remember I said it goes in a counter pattern like this. Let me turn on roads. So you can see the kind of rotate that it comes in. So the buses will come in this side. They'll exit this side, which I think will assist with the flow of the buses. Let me do a dedicated turn lane up here so that they can get in. Don't need one there, and I think this one was already set as a dedicated turn lane. No. So we're going to set this as a dedicated turn lane. That way these people that are going straight on will maybe jump out of this inner lane and do their thing properly. I got to check that too. Let me go into options because I don't know. Something tells me my traffic manager is still not working right, because that should have had those people dive out like immediately. Yeah, for some reason my simulation was very low. I'm going to just put it on high, not very high. I don't want it to burn my gameplay down too much. Advanced equal AI. I'm going to put this way up here, 75%. That should work. And then reckless drivers, we'll just bump that to 2%. There's no reason to put that up, but a little bit of realism I'm fine with. That's fine. Let's see here. User interface scale. Where's that? 120. Yeah, 125% is good. Yeah. Close that. Yeah, that's a good size, I think, for that. Going to this one. Not that one. This one. Yeah, that's good size. Okay. So that'll fix itself. How are we doing on traffic? We're starting to get some bad traffic backups here. We're down to 52%. Holy crap. So that's going to be it for this half of the episode. We're just going to continue on in the next one with the rest of the goals. I believe it's 6, 7, and 8. And start working on traffic fixes as well as finish up a couple other items on the list. So until that one, please take care of yourselves out there and stay safe. And holy crap, hopefully we can fix all this traffic. You guys know the usual routine: like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that kind of good stuff. And we will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.